Tonight's second game of the doubleheader features the Skippers from Minnetonka High School and the Hornets from Edina High School. Tonight's game is being conducted under the rules of the Lake Conference. This is the High School. The Lake Conference promotes outstanding engineering excellence. We request that you support the participants and officials in a positive manner. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's get started for both teams beginning with Minnetonka. Junior Rose, Madeline Schultz. Senior defender, number 2, Shannon Gaffney. Senior defender, number 3, Hope Nuremberg. Senior defender, number 4, Casey Amadi. Senior forward, number 6, Melissa Marceau. Senior defender, number 8, Celia Hashi. Senior midfielder, number 12, Reagan Bells. Senior midfielder, number 20, Claire Carter. Senior midfielder, number 22, Harper Reedy. And the head coach is Kelsey Hines. Now let's meet the starters for the Hornets. Repeating junior Roman, number 1, Caleb Saleh. Sophomore midfielder, Izzy Udeco. Senior midfielder, number 4, Wesley Andrew. Senior forward, number 5, Maddie Lovey. Sophomore midfielder, number 7, Ashley Kirk. Sophomore midfielder, number 8, Grace Polino. Senior defender, number 14, Audrey Healy. Senior forward, number 16, Ellen Norman. Senior defender, number 17, Abby Fulbright. Senior defender, number 18, Abby Adder. Senior defender, number 20, Dorothy Scott. And the head coach of the Hornets is Katie Allen. And excellent, the first game of the doubleheader is time to play soccer.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome inside Coolman Stadium here in Edina, Minnesota. Tonight's game features the Minnetonka Skippers with a record of 3 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. And the home team, the Edina Hornets, a perfect 5-0 record, ranked number 1 in the state here early in the season. A big-time late conference battle ensuing between Minnetonka and Edina. It's, of course, a rematch of the season-ending game for both teams last year, the Section 2 AA Section Championship game, with no state tournament last year due to the COVID pandemic. The seasons ended in section playoffs, and it was Minnetonka who won the section title over Edina after the Hornets beat them twice in the regular season. Of course, you remember that back to that game last year, the one big difference between the regular season and the postseason was the presence of Maddie Deline. She was hurt and injured for the section championship game, did not suit up, but Maddie scored 5 goals against Minnetonka in the 2 regular season games last year, and they just totally flipped the script. 2 late conference games a year ago, Edina won 3-0 and 4-0, a total of 7-0 in 2 games. Tonka won the section final 2-0 on goals by Marley Bertinoli and Liza Mizutani. Both of those players no longer in the lineup for the Skippers. And we are underway. Minnetonka in all whites. They go back to their leading goal scorer, Alyssa Marceau. And Ellen Norman has forced an early turnover for Edina. Ball driven in, and it's straight into the hands of Madeline Schultz less than 15 seconds into this one. Edina looking to get on the front foot early with their dynamic front 3, led by Maddie Deline, the North Carolina women's soccer commit. She had her first hat trick of the season. I say first because she had multiple hat tricks last year. Her first hat trick over the weekend against St. Michael Albertville in a 5-0 win. And she's joined by dynamic sophomore midfielder Izzy Engel, number 3. You'll see her pushing the attack forward a lot as well. Engel with 5 goals. And then Ellen Norman, Wesley Mack-Miller, each with 2 for the Hornets. It's a dynamic attacking quartet, really, for Edina. And they'll look to produce tonight in a big-time late conference matchup. Northeast Stotts wins the throw-in there. Steady right back, one of the captains for Edina. This is Mac Miller. She sends it long for Maddie Deline to chase. And it's just going to be put out there by Peyton Mahadi. Mahadi wearing one of the armbands for Minnetonka. Here's Mac Miller. Rolls it in on the right foot to Deline. She turns onto her left. Maddie Deline tries to place it in the far corner, and it goes wide. Goal kick coming for Madeline Schultz, the junior goalkeeper. Again, the Skippers led up front by Alyssa Marceau, number 6. She has 5 goals this season. And Juliette Carlson, a sophomore midfielder, number 13, 3 goals, 2 assists for her. They account for 8 of the 10 goals for Minnetonka so far this season. The other goals coming off the bench for the Skippers. 10 goals for, 7 against for the Skippers, who have won 3 of their first 6 games. Here's Deline. Trying to roll it through toward Engel. That's cut out by Reagan Mells. Now to Deline. She's closed down there by Gabby Ryan. Tries to go around Turk. Strong challenge by Ashley Turk, and now Abby Mannard. Rolls inside to Audrey Keeley. Keeley under some pressure by Carlson. Polidal. Stotts, now McMiller. Polidal returns it to McMiller. That's a good ball out to the right. And McMiller's harassed there by Shannon Gaffney, who puts it out for a throw-in. Dorothy Stotts throw-in toward Deline. Deline looking to turn. Stops there. Nice ball roll toward the byline. Will go out for a corner. Deline wins the corner. Izzy Engel will go over to take it for Edina. And an early chance from a set piece. Edina, 22 goals for, just 2 against here early in the regular season. As Engel with the outswinging right foot ball toward the back post. Up for it. There's McMiller. Deline puts her laces through it. It's blocked. Still not cleared all the way, and now eventually sent out toward midfield. Audrey Keeley steps, good touch. Tries to send Ashley Turk around the corner. She will not quite get there. That one goes over the end line. But Edina showing a good press early, playing a nice high line. And it looks like they want to get after the Skippers here early. Again, this is a bit of a revenge game after the Hornets did not end the season last year with the section title. They went 12-2 overall. Their only other loss coming in late conference play. Here's Izzy Engel. Engel driving forward, tries to play it in, falls to Ashley Turk. Turk on the right boot. Her shot is blocked by Mahadi. Not cleared very far. Ellen Norman. And eventually sent out for a throw by the Skippers. Gaffney concedes it. Dorothy Stotts will take it quickly. Stotts with another throw here. That one's toward Polidal. Engel wins the header. Now Ashley Turk, good ball out wide, but just a little too strong for Mac Miller, and it goes out for a Tonka throw. Alyssa Marceau. That one's miskicked, and now Izzy Engel with it. Engel for the Hornets, tries to turn inside, hits Mac Miller on the overlap. Now inside to Norman. They'll keep it moving to Engel. Engel ball rolls inside. Now Audrey Keeley with a run from center back. And eventually that's cleared as far as Abby Mannard at left back. Some good link-up play, though, by the Hornets. Here's Deline. Deline looking to turn, takes a bump. Skippers win it. Now Gabby Ryan. And Abby Mannard will put it out, thrown for Minnetonka. That one's rolled through. Izzy Engel with a chance. Oh, and it's just wide. Keeper got a piece of it, and it's a corner kick. Engel will come out to take the corner kick. He had a great chance there. Just couldn't beat Madeline Schultz, who got enough of a piece of it to put it wide. Engel gets set to take it. Right-footed, floated toward the back post. Oh, nobody got to it. There's Madison Fulbright, or Maddie Fulbright rather. Skipper's trying to relieve some pressure the other way, and that's poked forward for Marceau. Bayless Flynn way out of her area. Almost 15 or 20 yards. We've seen that so far this season, but prevented a goal-scoring opportunity by Marceau. Now Maddie Deline will force a clearance. This one will go for another corner. Hope Durenberger just putting it out. Izzy Engel to the other side corner. Third corner already early for the Hornets. Less than 7 minutes in. They'll take it short. Now it's Engel on the overlap. Back to Deline. Deline still with it. She's closed down. Skippers will clear. Nice header by Mannard. This is Gabby Ryan. Ryan turns it back, but will concede a throw into the Hornets. Abby Mannard, the left back, to take this throw in. She'll go toward Polidal. Here's Izzy Engel. Engel out to the left, will lose it after colliding with Turk, but now Ashley Turk wins it back for the Hornets. Ashley Turk on her right foot, shot blocked. Good block by Peyton Mahadi. Now Stotts will step to cut it out. That's sent long by the Skippers. Alyssa Marceau in a wide area. Try to get around Fulbright. Marceau still with it. Alyssa Marceau into the middle. Gabby Ryan with a chance and puts it wide. Mannard got a piece of it. It's a block there to put it wide. And Minnetonka has their first corner. That was a nice break by the Skippers. Alyssa Marceau did a lot of hard work on her own there to win the corner. Peyton Mahadi, left-footed outswinger, drives it in low. That's off the head of Fulbright. Comes to the edge of the area. Working inside, shot. Oh, big save by Flynn. Bayless Flynn tested early on the good look by Claire Corver with the right foot, but she comes down with it. And a couple good looks for Minnetonka. Lidle. This comes out to Dorothy Stotts. Takes a deflection. Miller will see it go out for a throw-in. Stotts throwing. That's flicked on by Grace Polidal. Ellen Norman giving chase. And last off Norman, I believe, should be a goal kick. Indeed. So 10 minutes played in this one. No score yet, but both teams pressing. Minnetonka maybe with the better of the chances, although you'd have to look at Izzy Engel's chance as well for Edina. So both teams with some good looks. This will be a throw-in for the Skippers. It's toward Marceau. Marceau looking to turn. This stays onside, chance for the Skippers, and they have the opening goal. Celia Ashim scores the opener for Minnetonka. I think Dorothy Stotts just kept her on side, and Celia Ashim was wide open, put it into the far corner past Bayless Flynn. Minnetonka with the opening goal. So for the second straight home game, the Hornets concede first. It was Stillwater here last week on Wednesday night who struck first. Hornets turned that game around in a battle of powerhouses. It's the skipper scoring first here tonight. Great hold-up play by Alyssa Marceau. Again, I think Dorothy Stotts just kept Ashim on side by dropping a little bit deeper. And the Hornets pay for it early. There's Mac Miller. Ellen Norman chasing after it. Now Ashley Turk. She's got Mannard on the overlap. Under hits the pass though. And that one's sent long. Bayless Flynn will come out of her area to play it. Now Mannard rolls it inside. Polidal moves it quickly. This is Ashley Turk. Turk on a nice run. Maddie Darlene on the overlap. She's got the speed to get there. Now it's Darlene in the corner. She cuts onto the right. Maddie Darlene. Still Darlene. And referee says get up. So there was contact there, it looked like, as Darlene knocked the ball around the defender. But referee didn't think it was enough to award a penalty. We're a long ways away from here, up here in the booth, but one looked like there was some contact, and I don't think the defender got any of the ball there, so certainly could have seen that one being given as a penalty. Fulbright will take it quickly. Drops down. Turk trying to spin out of traffic, comes to Darlene. Maddie Darlene has her shot blocked. It's still Darlene, comes out wide to McMiller. Lashed clear for a throw-in for the Hornets. Dorothy Stotts with a throw-in. Polidal takes a shove. Comes to Mannard. She'll chip it out wide to the left toward Ashley Turk. Now Ashley Turk onto her right foot. Oh. And referee, yeah, I think doing the right thing there. He's going to stop the play and maybe force the skippers to make a substitution. That one came up high. I think hit, can't see what number it is, but I think that hit one of the skippers up high, maybe in the face. And the referee did well to stop that immediately to get some attention. It looks like Juliet Carlson, the junior or sophomore midfielder, who's coming off. And it looks like the training staff will make sure she's okay to remain in the game. Referee's calling for the substitute to the Tonka bench. Coach Kelsey Hans will have to make a sub. And the referee's now going to come over. I don't think the referee's going to let Carlson back in immediately. And actually, it looks like he will. So Carlson appears to be okay. Good to see she's going to come back in the game. It's going to be a drop ball here to start it, and Tonka will send it long. And with that, Carlson will be allowed to come back on. So good to see Juliet Carlson stay in the game. That just caught her a little bit high. Cleared by the skippers. Audrey Keeley with a bump in midfield, and it's a foul. Edina falls back quickly in case Minnetonka looks to take it quickly. They won't, though. Peyton Mahadi right at midfield. Sends it long with the left foot. Flynn will let it take a bounce. It's loose in the box, and there's a foul there, as Flynn is knocked over, and that was dangerous there for Bayless Flynn. Gabby Ryan was trying to get around to the backside to maybe nod that one in or turn it on goal. Skippers never could get it goalward, but as soon as Bayless Flynn, you could just see that split second of indecision. Not something you say often from Bayless Flynn, but you could just see that. As soon as she let it bounce, it became dangerous. And now Marceau gets clear of Stotts. Alyssa Marceau has Gabby Ryan over her right shoulder, tries to slide it into Ryan, just a little bit strong. And now Abby Manford will clear it. But Alyssa Marceau causing some problems for the Hornet defense, just getting past the shoulder of Dorothy Stotts. That'll be something to keep an eye on. Number 6 just getting in behind Stotts a couple times now. That's flicked on with a header toward Flynn, who makes a sliding grab. Out of the danger area, no risk of that being on goal. 15 minutes in, Minnetonka with the early lead. On the goal by Celia Ashim. Stotts here. She'll turn it inside to Keeley. This is Deline. Maddie Deline looking to turn the corner. 3 white shirts there. Deline with a cross, and it's into the outside of the goal. That's been pretty common this season for number 5 in green. Maddie Deline has 2 or 3 shirts following her wherever she goes. But I think that's led to a lot of the production you see maybe from Izzy Engel, Wesley McMiller, Ellen Norman. Because obviously the more defenders you divert to Deline, that means someone's going to be left open potentially, and they've taken advantage at times. This one back into the keeper, Schultz. Schultz takes a couple bounces. She'll send it long. That's into midfield. Headed by Keeley for the Hornets. Grace Polito back to Fulbright. Fulbright sends it long. Deline was trying to get around Reagan Mells, but Mells played it just quickly enough. One more touch, she might have lost it. Now Bayless Flynn clears into midfield. Looks like a handball on Gabby Ryan, as she tried to bring that ball under control. Manor to take the free kick. It's cut out by Carlson. Only as far as Turk on the far side. Put out for a throw. Turk will take it quickly. It's toward the feet of Deline. Deline looking to turn. Sends it into the middle. Played with a hand by Schultz, and she got just enough of it to send it out of the penalty area. Now Gabby Ryan. Ryan on Stotts. Still Gabby Ryan has Marceau in the middle. Ryan's cross cut out by Keeley. Corner kick. So once again, Skipper's getting in behind the captain, Stotts. Finding some space there. This time it was Gabby Ryan trying to find Marceau, and I think Keeley was a little bit disappointed in the clearance. I don't think she should have been, though. Marceau was definitely in the area, so I think a necessary clearance. It's Peyton Mahadi. She strikes with the left foot toward the back post, header into the side of the goal. Good look for Tonka. It was a good ball, free header for Gabby Ryan. A little bit deep. Skippers will make their first substitution. Riley Kelly comes into the game, senior midfielder, as Hope Durenberger will sit for a little bit. Here comes Deline. Deline racing onto it. Maddie Deline with the left foot, in off the post. And that is what Maddie Deline can do. A goal from seemingly nothing, and the Hornets have leveled it at 1. for Maddie Deline, her 7th goal this season. That is her 6th against Minnetonka in her last 3 games. She scored 5 against the Skippers a year ago. And she gets it started on the right foot against the Skippers here tonight. That's what that pace can do, as Reagan Mells had no chance of sticking with Maddie Deline. She bursts around the corner and fires it in with her left foot off the post. Just like that, 1-1 early, less than 20 minutes in. This could be a good one here tonight. All 3 of the games last year were multi-goal wins for the winning team, as Marceau will draw a foul there. But last year, all 3 games were multi-goal wins. Edina won by 3 and 4, and then Minnetonka by 2. And all of them were shutouts for the winning team. So this is the first game in a while these teams have gone back and forth. And again, still a long way to go. We're not even a quarter of the way into this contest. Free kick for Alyssa Marceau here. It's about 30 yards out. Strikes it toward goal. And Flynn is across to cover. She scoops it up with Gabby Ryan on the doorstep. Bayless Flynn's long ball. Norman tries to bring it down with the foot. Now Norman forward. That's cleared by the Skippers into midfield. Out to the left side. They try to send Marceau over the top. Bayless Flynn out of her area, sends it long with a foot. And now it's Deline. Deline can't quite get around the defender that time. Reagan Mells standing strong. Deline remains on side. She has it on the left wing. One-on-one with Mells. Maddie Deline blocked. Good block by Peyton Mahadi. As Deline tried to strike it to the near post, but to become a corner kick. Referee calling for the Hornets to make the sub, as Lauren McDonald is going to come in. So McDonald and Dorothy Stotts out. McDonald's going to switch over to that left side. Looks like Abby Maynard's going to come over here to the right. First a corner kick. That one bounces into the near post. Maddie Schultz will cover it. So Katie Affett, head coach for the Hornets, maybe seeing what we were seeing up here, which is Dorothy Stotts, very experienced senior defender. She's been beaten a couple times by some pace for Minnetonka. So just a switch at the fullback there, maybe trying to bring a little more pace into the wide area, as Wesley Mackmiller will draw a foul. No doubt Stotts will be back in this game, but just a tactical substitution perhaps at the moment. That's Abby Maynard's long ball. That's into the area. It's cleared away by the Skippers, which will lead to a throw for Edina. Abby Maynard over here at right back. It's in toward the feet of Turk, or rather Polidal there. Maynard gets a good foot in and clears it off the Skipper. She'll win a throw in for the Hornets. Now Mackmiller tries to go around the corner. Her cross is blocked. Marceau, but look at great defending by Audrey Keeley, who's on her back the whole time, and apparently that's a foul according to the referee. Free kick Minnetonka. 17 minutes to go in an entertaining first half. Big time battle here between Lake Conference, West Metro foes. Gabby Ryan tries to roll it outside. That's intercepted going the other way. This is Izzy Engel. Engel releases Maddie Deline. Deline in a lot of space. Here's Maddie Deline. Tries to go around, cross into the box. It's dealt with only as far as Izzy Engel. Engel looks to turn. Players at her feet. Turk shot is blocked. Still not clear. Now Maddie Deline, and a big save by Schultz. Madeline Schultz boots it away. Polidal wins the header for the Hornets. Lauren McDonald, a nice ball. This finds Maddie Deline. Deline tries to release McMiller up the right wing. Skippers will concede the throw. Free kick here for the Hornets near the corner of the area. It'll be Izzy Engel to approach it with the right foot. Referee sets the wall. This is a dangerous area. It's Izzy Engel with the right foot, floats it toward the penalty spot. Norman gets ahead to it, popped it up in the air. Tonka looks to clear, but it's cleared straight into the path of Engel. Engel tried the through ball toward Ellen Norman, but it's into the arms of Schultz. Miller up for the header. Now Izzy Engel gets a boot to it. This is Lauren McDonald. McDonald to Engel. Engel's ball just a little bit behind Ashley Turk. It's out for a throw-in for the Skippers. This is Marceau over on the right side now. Throw in toward Marceau, but that one's out. Throw in for the Hornets. And Edina is going to make a substitution. It's the junior forward, number 21, Izzy Walker. She'll replace Ellen Norman. She's been on the field the whole game, 26 minutes. This is about the time in the half when Coach Affett does look to make some subs and get breathers for some of her star players as well. So we'll see how that's handled in what is a tie game at the moment. Skippers on the edge of the area, crossed in, but Bayless Flynn decisive out to come and get it. Flynn's boot is toward Polidal. Polidal's header flicked on. Last touch off the Skippers. Looked like it was off Wesley McMiller from this angle. Maynard's throwing toward the feet of Deline. Or rather, Polidal. This time it will be a throw-in for the Skippers. All comes out in the wash. Sometimes these throw-ins, not easy to tell. Ball still in play there as they battle in the near touchline. Last touch off Claire Carver. Now Abby Maynard, that's toward Izzy Walker, tries to bring it down. Cut out nicely by Carver. Goes down by Polidal. This is Deline. Maddie Deline. Rolled away from her. They'll recycle it back to Maynard. Here's McMiller. McMiller splits a couple defenders. It's into a dangerous area. Cut out by Gabby Ryan for the Skippers. They try the switch with the right foot. Turk across to cover. Stepping into some space. McDonald fans on a clearance. Minnetonka could be in business. Out wide toward Alyssa Marceau. Good recovery run. That's into the area. Just couldn't turn it toward goal. That was Juliet Carlson making the run. A really nice ball by Alyssa Marceau. But Carver couldn't, or rather Carlson, couldn't get much on it, and Bayless Flynn is able to scoop it up. Minnetonka's looking dangerous on the counterattack, though. So Dorothy Stott's back in the game. This time she'll replace Abby Maynard. So Lauren McDonald in the game, remains in the game at left back, I should say. That one's off the head of the defender, Reagan Mells. It's going to go for a corner. Mells concedes the corner. 11 minutes remaining in this first half. We're level 1-1. The opening goal for Minnetonka's Celia Hashim was canceled out by a goal by Maddie Deline. Here's an in-swinger from Engel. Now Engel back in toward Turk. And this should be a throw-in for the Hornets toward the corner. Ashley Turk toward Maddie Deline, just inside the area. And she'll win a corner as she just kicks it right off Reagan Mells. That corner's taken quickly. This is Deline. Now back to Izzy Engel. Good foot in there by the Skippers. Back to the left back, McDonald. Closed down by Marceau. This throw in near the touchline to Deline. Throw in now for Minnetonka. Izzy Engel steps in the way, wins it back for the Hornets, and she'll win a throw-in. So we've ticked under 10 to go here in the first half. Keep settling into a little bit of a rhythm at the moment. And across there, scooped up by Schultz. Nice touch there by Claire Carver. Turned over in midfield. Here comes Izzy Engel. Engel trying to burst forward. Izzy Engel, shot blocked. And that's off Turk. It should be a goal kick. To see what these Hornets can do when they break with pace. That was Izzy Engel that time, but her effort was blocked. I don't know if you've seen on social media this week, there was a good piece in John's journal. John Melia, of course, of the Minnesota State High School League. He wrote a good story about this Edina Hornets girls program. He was here for the Stillwater match last week. He wrote about how Maddie Deline, well, we'll hold that thought. Here's Alyssa Marceau for Tonka. She tries to slide it through, but it's still loose and barreling into the keeper, Flynn. So Flynn bumped into. Will draw the foul. That was dangerous there. But anyway, getting back to what I was trying to say, John Mealy of the Minnesota State High School League did a nice piece about a couple of two-sport athletes on this Hornet girls soccer team, specifically Maddie Deline, Izzy Engel, and Wesley Mackmiller, who are all state champion track and field athletes as well. Here's Deline. Deline to the end line. Ooh, Deline fizzes it in, but Schultz makes a nice catch. She did really well not to spill that back into traffic. Good goalkeeping by Schultz. It's Deline right on cue, shows off that speed. Maddie Deline was the individual state champion in both the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter last spring, or I should say this spring, in the track and field meet. And Izzy Engel and Wesley Mackmiller were part of the Hornets 4x400 relay team that also won state. So if it looks like the Hornets have a lot of speed out there on the pitch at any given time, it's because they do. 3 state champion sprinters a part of the picture for this program. And a nice piece as well by John Melia. That's rolled through by Stotts. Walker giving chase. It's out for a goal kick. So Abby Mannard and Ellen Norman back in the game for Edina. So I think the Hornets are back to their starting 11 on the field. Just a couple of brief subs. put out by Carver. There's Celia Ashim, the goal scorer for Minnetonka. And we have an injury timeout here. Referee stops the clock immediately as another ball caught a skipper up high. We'll take an injury timeout and come right back. So we're back underway as Alyssa Marceau for the Skippers. She comes out of the game. Well done by our referee here. He immediately stopped the play as soon as he realized the type of injury that it may have been. But good to see Marceau off the field under her own power. She is being checked out currently by members of the training staff, and obviously her return in this one questionable. In her place, it's Tatum Starita, senior forward in for Minnetonka. Here's Mac Miller for Edina. She's bumped by Carver. That will be a free kick. Bit of a physical challenge there by Claire Carver. Draws the referee's whistle. Dangerous set piece opportunity for Edina. Engel whips it in with the right foot. It was Polidal and Ellen Norman arriving. They couldn't quite get a foot to it. Now Ashley Turk will look to recycle it. Thumped along by the Skippers. Fulbright, nice challenge there. She gets it out quickly to Wesley Mackmiller. Mackmiller trying to slide Izzy Engel up the touchline. Engel will win out. Izzy Engel cutting back. Tries to send it through the defender's legs. Eventually she'll win a corner kick off Celia Sheen. Nice individual work there by Izzy Engel in the corner. Izzy Engel set to strike this corner. This one floating toward the back post, up for the header, and it goes wide. Minnetonka makes a sub as Adisuk Nuivanasvang will come in the game for the first time for Minnetonka. Number 16 over on the left side of midfield. Approaching the final 3 minutes here of the first half. Still in a 1-1 deadlock. Darlene tries a little hold-up play. Good clearance there by the Skippers. They'll look to turn. That's a good ball out to the left. And an even better defensive run by Grace Polidal. Referee will pull it back. As it's like, I couldn't tell if it was Abby Mannard or Audrey Keeley who took the bump there, but foul on the Skippers. Mannard will take the free kick, sends it toward the penalty area. That's headed away. Mannard. Mackmiller is bumped there by Nui Vanisvong, and it's a foul. Maddie Darlene races over, wanting to be a part of this set piece play. And Darlene runs over it. Engel will play it short to Darlene. Now Maddie Darlene, cross. Oh, and that had to be tipped over the bar by Madeline Schultz. I don't know if Darlene intended that as a shot or a cross, but it was fizzed in toward the near post, and Schultz did well to get a hand up and not get beaten at her near post. A lot of pace on that one for Maddie Darlene. Now here's Izzy Engel toward the back post. Oh, it's a great catch by Schultz. And there's a big collision. And Schultz is starting to get back up. Big collision going up there for the header. And Grace Polito will collect a yellow card for that as Schultz is helped back to her feet. One minute, 31 seconds remaining in this first half. And it looks like the training staff wants to check and make sure that Madeline Schultz is all right. So it is going to be a goalkeeper substitution for Minnetonka as the sophomore keeper Megan Mann in the game. So Megan Mann now between the sticks for Minnetonka as Madeline Schultz departs. We'll see if she can return to this game. Alyssa Marceau is back on the bench for Minnetonka. Their star forward. We don't know if she's available the rest of the way, but she is up with her teammates at the moment and back on the bench. Good to see, but a couple potentially big injuries right now for Minnetonka. Obviously the health of the student athlete first and foremost the concern. We're now in the final minute of the first half. Izzy Engel with pressure on her back, looks to turn, still Engel, good stop there. Engel toward Darlene, but a good first piece of action for Megan Mann as she decisively comes to get that one. This is Engel in midfield. Rolls it across to Marin Fullerton, who's in the game for Polidal after the yellow card. This one comes out to the left wing. Izzy Engel, good pursuit by the Tonka defense, will force a clearance. That one's put out by Maddie Fulbright. 10 seconds left if the skippers want to take it quickly. That does not look like they do. Into the final 5 seconds. Header there by Edina, and that will take us to the half. So after 40 minutes, it is 1-1. Minnetonka got the opening goal, set up by Alyssa Marceau, put home by Celia Ashim, the junior defender, but that was canceled out just before the halfway point of the first half on a goal by Maddie Darlene, her 7th of the season, breaking quickly to get the Hornets level. But that is where we stand right now, 1-1, nothing to split the two teams. We'll dwell for 10 minutes here for halftime. Still 40 remaining, but a good one so far. Minnetonka and Edina, even 1-1 at the break. 40 minutes remaining in another fantastic evening of soccer from Coolman Stadium. If you joined us earlier, the Edina boys got their first late conference win of the season, beating Minnetonka 1-0. If the Edina girls are to follow suit and defeat the Skippers, they'll need at least one in the second half. As it's 1-1. Teams will switch ends. Skippers left to right here in the second half. Edina right to left, and good news for Minnetonka as both Alyssa Marceau and Madeline Schultz are on the field to start the second half. So Schultz went off late in the first half and was replaced by Megan Mann in goal. But Schultz is back in there, and Marceau, their number 6 at the top of the formation, is back in as well. So that's really fantastic news for Minnetonka. Glad to see them both able to continue in this game. Here's a nice turn by Maddie Deline. Deline from a long way out. Oh, off the crossbar. Rebound into a loose area. Norman tries to turn it on goal. Turk has her shot blocked and now cleared. And Maddie Deline, it finally hits her. She puts her hands on her head because she was that close to a fantastic second goal, just off the underside of the crossbar. Hottie up for the header there for Minnetonka. It's a nice piece of play there by Abby Mannard. Ashley Turk with the turn, now back to Mannard. Deline looks to set up the defender, and she cruises around one. Here's Maddie Deline. Deline! Oh, and a fingertip save, and a beauty by Madeline Schultz. We have the perfect angle up here in the press box for those shots to the far post. That one was going in, and I'm sure you could probably see that as well from the camera position. What a save by Madeline Schultz. Hornets up for the header. That's off the post. Oh, what a start to this second half by Edina. Less than 2 minutes in, Deline off the crossbar. Deline with the fingertip save, and now they're off the post. And that shot by Polidal is deflected. At least I thought it was deflected. It's going to be a goal kick. Wow, what a start to the half by Edina. 3 great chances, 1 crossbar, 1 post, and 1 fingertip save by Madeline Schultz. Whatever the team talk was at halftime by Coach Katie Affett, her team has responded and is pressing hard here, which, to be fair, similar to how they started the game. Here's Izzy Engel looking to split a few defenders. Engel still with it. She's finally dispossessed. It's thumped forward by the Skippers, and Alyssa Marceau trying to be the one-person counterattack. That's fizzed out wide. Great touch by Turk. Back only as far as Mannard. Mannard, a nice turn to get around the defender there. That one bobbles up a little bit on Turk. It's put out wide to Maddie Deline. It's Deline one-on-one. She's going to get to the end line and just let it go out for a corner kick. How smart was that by Maddie Deline? She just uses the defender and lets it go off Peyton Mahadi for a corner kick. Hornets got up for a header and put it off the post on their last corner kick just a few moments ago. Here comes the in-swinger. This toward the back post, caught by Schultz. Hornets have come out firing in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half. Foot firmly on the accelerator at the moment. But to be fair, the threat of the counter is always going to be there because of Alyssa Marceau. Thought she might have been around the corner there, but ball was out of play. But Alyssa Marceau, she's got the pace to trouble this Edina defense a little bit. Norman looks to roll it through for Deline. Deline's going to get there first. Maddie Deline with the cross in toward Turk. It's blocked. Follow-up is cleared. And Ellen Norman commits the foul going after a rebound. What a ball that was by Maddie Deline on the ground toward Ashley Turk. We've seen that obviously evidenced in her 4 assists this season as well, but Maddie Deline has turned provider on many occasions. She had both of the assists here in the win last week against Stillwater. Good run there through midfield by Polidal. There's Marceau with her back to goal. Marceau's going to turn the corner a little bit, has one on the overlap. Now Alyssa Marceau into the middle. Stotts back into a dangerous area. Gabby Ryan's shot goes wide. Well, that's what I'm talking about with Minnetonka. They have pace to spare on the counterattack. Watch out for 6, Alyssa Marceau. 9, Gabby Ryan. 13, Juliette Carlson. These are dangerous players for the Skippers, and the pressing looks really good from Edina right now, but does leave them just a little bit vulnerable on the other end. Minnetonka has the players to strike on the counter. They obviously showed that earlier. There's Darlene going around the corner. What a touch that was. Just sizing up the defender here. Maddie Deline has one on the overlap. She turns inside. Shot to the near post. Good save, Maddie Schultz. Good job as well by Reagan Meltz. She just stayed in good position there, number 12. She's seen a lot of number 5 tonight. Probably going to be sick of it by the end of the evening, but she's done a good job so far outside of the goal, but especially there. Mel's just angled her toward the help, made Darlene kind of cut inside, and he had bodies there. Worked out. This throw-in is toward Marceau. Marceau tries to turn on Audrey Keeley. That's Fulbright across to sweep up. There is a ton of room on this left side right now if Edina can switch it. It's Ashley Turk in that space at the moment. It's closing down a little bit, but there's probably 30 yards ahead of her. With the free kick here, this toward the penalty area. That's off the head of Polidal. Schultz lets it take a bounce as Wesley Mackmiller raced in, but she had it under control. Schultz with the goal kick. One out of the air by Ashley Turk. Try to go to Turk on the left side. This is back, cleared only as far as Abby Mannert. Darlene, she's going to get there, keep it in play, and win a throw-in. Good piece of play there by Maddie Deline. She wins the throw off Reagan Mells. Now Mannert's throw-in toward Deline. And gets a bit of a shove detected in there. Peyton Mahadi will take the free kick for Minnetonka. One out of the air with a header by Mannert. And Adisuk Nui-Vanisvong back in for Minnetonka. Saw her late in the first half. Back in as a substitute here. She'll go over to the right side of midfield. Left side, rather. Here's Darlene on the near touchline. She rolls it inside. Pass to Izzy Engel. Engel in some space, tries to fizz it out toward the right. It's closed down by Polidal. Polidal tries to go around, but Mahadi sweeps it up. Throw in here for Minnetonka. They go up the touchline toward Marceau. Marceau makes a good turn. Here comes Alyssa Marceau with a head of steam. She tries to poke it through, but Bayless Flynn is there. But again, that's just give Alyssa Marceau some space. She's really good in one-on-one with a defender, just turning the corner, hold up play. Just get a sense Alyssa Marceau might be able to create a chance or two for a teammate, or maybe get one herself in the time remaining here. Here's Izzy Engel. She can create chances in her own right. Puts it out to the left for Ashley Turk. Now Turk inside. Here's Maddie Deline. Deline takes a bump, and that will be a penalty. Deline thought she had a penalty in the first half, and this time she does win a penalty for the Hornets. 30 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the contest. Edina with the chance to take the lead from the penalty spot. And Izzy Engel, the sophomore midfielder, sets it on the penalty spot. She's the set piece taker for Edina, free kicks and corners. And she has a chance from the spot as well. Izzy Engel to give Edina the lead. She does. The sophomore sensation, Izzy Engel from the penalty spot. Her 6th goal of the season, Edina 2, Minnetonka 1. For the second straight week here at Coolman Stadium, the Hornets have turned a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead. This time it's a penalty converted by Izzy Engel, and they want more. Here's Engel, tries to hit the overlap to Mac Miller, but it's just a little bit wide for Wesley. So Maddie Deline wins the penalty. Her sophomore teammate Izzy Engel takes it, each of them with 1 goal tonight. And that puts the Hornets up 2-1. Marceau with some nice hold-up play there. It's sent up the right side. Nice touch, turning it inside for the Skippers. Good look here. That one's hit toward the far post, and Bayless Flynn with a save on Gabby Ryan. But a good play all by the Skippers. They moved it well. Riley Kelly slipped a nice ball through to Gabby Ryan. Ryan just fading away from goal a little bit. Wasn't able to get a ton of power on it. Minnetonka has some good pieces of play in them. A lot of them coming from this player here, number 6. There's Mells. Her throw-in is cut out by Mannard. Now Grace Polidal shields the ball well from Gabby Ryan. Goes for Maddie Deline. Now it's turned back, Ashley Turk. Inside, Izzy Engel looks to turn. Out all the way to Mannard. Mannard rolls it inside, and that will be turned back over to the Skippers. They move it quickly to Gabby Ryan. Ryan will try the long ball. Nobody making a run, though, and that will allow Bayless Flynn an easy touch. Flynn boots it away. It's over everybody's head. Nice turn there by Shannon Gaffney. Dangerous though, now it's turned over to Edina. Izzy Engel. Engel with pressure at her back. She'll drop it to Mannard. Mannard a bit of a heavy touch. A battle for it there, it's turned over. Here go the Skippers. Alyssa Marceau able to make the turn on Audrey Keeley. Here's Marceau, has one with her. Marceau's shot is blocked, and it's swept up by Izzy Engel. And touched just a little bit heavy there, and put out for a throw. But Margaret Ravine, 22 for Minnetonka, and Alyssa Marceau in some space there. Again, just sensing maybe Minnetonka's gonna get a couple more chances in this game. As that's offside on Marceau. Delayed offside, I suppose, we'll play on, as that one is skied out of play. Throwing for the Hornets. It's here on the near side with Abby Mannard. To the feet there of Ashley Turk. Tries to squeeze it in toward Engel. Good step there by Audrey Keeley. I think that's what you have to try to do with Marceau. Here's Ashley Turk. Pressure coming from behind and foul detected on the Skippers. Ashley Turk will draw it, and a chance for the Hornets to put one in the box. But I liked that play, going back to the play by Audrey Keeley there for the Hornets. Really liked that play on Marceau. Marceau is really good at hold-up play, and she seems to turn the corner well, so don't let her do it. She got a good foot in there and didn't allow a clean reception. Izzy Engel strikes for goal, and this one is high and over the top of the cage. Ashlyn Garvis in the game for the first time for Edina. She'll go out to the right, replacing Wesley Mackmiller. As Mackmiller takes a breather, but again, Coach Affett for Edina, I think, sensing the importance of this game and certainly the closeness of the game with these two rivals, has not gone to the subs bench a whole lot tonight. Just a couple subs in the first half. This is the first of the second half. That's drilled by Stotts, flashing into the penalty area. It's going to go out for a goal kick, but a nice effort on the cross by Stotts. So just over 25 minutes remaining. Edina with the 2-1 lead. Izzy Engel, the go-ahead goal just about 5 minutes ago. She converted the penalty that was won by Maddie Deline. Maddie thought she won a penalty in the first half. But this time she did win the penalty, and it was Izzy Engel sent to the spot to convert it. This is Dorothy Stotts, long ball up the channel. Garvis chasing after it. Scooped up easily by Madeline Schultz. Grace Polidal up for the header there. This is Ellen Norman. Norman back to Stotts. Into the middle for Polidal. She tried to move it quickly. It's cleared by Tonka only as far as Abby Mannard. Mannard, good ball out to the left. Ashley Turk looks to cut inside and will. Turk rolls it out to the right. This is Stotts. Stotts takes a turn up field. Inside to Engel. Moved quickly back to Stotts. Dorothy Stotts taking a lot of ground. Stotts tries to slip it through. Intercepted, though, by Celia Ashim. Now this is where Marceau's dangerous up that touch line. But Keeley did well, and now Fulbright able to turn inside of Gabby Ryan. It's pulled back, though, for a foul, I believe, on Alyssa Marceau. So referee did call the foul there, but good defending by Audrey Keeley out on the flank on Marceau. Marceau almost got the corner, and Gabby Ryan was trying to follow up. Of course, it wouldn't have mattered with the foul, but again, Minnetonka presenting a threat on the counterattack. There's Norman. Norman tried to roll it through. It's cleared out to the right only as far as Garvis, but it'll go for a throw-in. Garvis leaves it for a teammate. This is Dorothy Stotts. It's toward the feet of Deline. Maddie Deline! She has two, and the Hornets lead by 2. Maddie Deline loves to score against the Skippers. She does so yet again. It's 7 in her last 3, and Maddie Deline has given Edina a 3-1 lead. Deline on her left foot, back to the near post. just showing what a great scorer she is. She can score with both feet. Both goals with the left foot tonight, and now here's a run from Izzy Engel. Engel trying to go all the way through. It's turned over back to Minnetonka. Claire Carver gets a long clearance. Fulbright takes the bump from Marceau. That's toward the corner. And it's a goal kick, last off Marceau. So now it's a 2-goal deficit for Minnetonka. Edina has turned it around once again. They concede first tonight. But Maddie Darlene with a brace. Izzy Engel with a goal from the spot, and it's 3-1. Hornets now back in control, and they'll make a sub. Wesley Mackmiller coming back in. She'll replace Ashley Turk, who gets a breather. Throw in taken quickly by Mannert. Here's Deline trying to round the corner on Mells. And Deline wins another corner. She's done that a few times tonight, 2 or 3. For Maddie Deline, she gets in a spot that I think she knows maybe isn't the best, but just uses the defender and lets it go out off them. Just such a smart player overall. Here's Izzy Engel, floating ball toward the back post, edge of the area. Now Dorothy Stotts. Stotts for goal, and that's wide. You can see that one coming from a long ways out. Dorothy Stotts loading up from long range. Not the power, just took it wide. Goal kick moved along by Mahadi. That one's chipped forward toward Maddie Deline. Ellen Norman also chasing it. Norman with good pressure forces a turnover. Now Dorothy Stotts rolls it up the touchline. Ashlyn Garvis chasing after it, and it's just a little bit strong for Garvis. Goal kick Minnetonka. Pair of substitutes coming on for Minnetonka. This is Riley Kelly and Tatum Starita. A pair of seniors in the game. Alyssa Marceau will take a breather. Assume she'll be back at some point for Coach Kelsey Hans and Minnetonka. Keeley up for the header in defense. This one's played out wide to Riley Kelly. Kelly with a good left-footed ball, but it's cut out pretty easily by Dorothy Stotts. Stotts tries to go out toward Garvis again. This one just a little bit overhit. Kick coming here for the Hornets. Up for defensive header there, that's Ashim. Throwing coming for Edina. Taylor Howard coming in for the first time for Edina. The junior forward, Ellen Norman, will come out for a quick breather. Ashim with another header. That one's headed down by the Hornets, cleared long. Just a series of throw-ins continuing for Edina on the far side. Here's Stotts, she has some ground. She'll cross it toward Mackmiller. Good defensive header though by Mells. Polidal tried to turn, and now the Skippers look to go out the other way. Several Hornets chasing down. A foul, Fulbright across to Stotts, and Stotts able to glide past one. Up the touchline, that was toward Howard. And that's turned and cleared off Ashlyn Garvis. It'll be a throw in for Minnetonka. Nicely done there by the Skippers. Now Audrey Keeley. Back to Fulbright. Fulbright out to Keeley. Goes out for a goal kick, or rather a throw-in. Apologies. Chance for Tonka to put some players forward. Just throw in toward the box. Flicked into the middle with a header. Up for it. Hornets will clear it. And this finds Maddie Deline, and Maddie's in a lot of space. Good ball out to the left to Wesley Mackmiller. Has Howard ahead of her to the left. She'll get it out to Howard. But that's closed down nicely by Minnetonka's Peyton Mahadi. She'll win it back for the Skippers, and it's cleared. Volleyed back in by Mannard. Now Mackmiller, nice touch. Mackmiller around Mel's. Side-footed effort from Taylor Howard, and it's right into the hands of Madeline Schultz. Really nice play by Wesley Mackmiller. A good ball in there. This will find its way out to Mackmiller again on the left wing. Mackmiller cuts in. Rolls it over with her right foot. This is Dorothy Stotts. Stotts from a long way out. And diving down to her right, Madeline Schultz with an easy save. Takes a bounce. One out of the air by Polidal. Now Mannard tries to send it up the left wing toward Deline. Nels takes a touch, but eventually falls to Maddie. Here's Maddie Deline. Deline on to her right. Several white shirts out. She'll go back out toward the touch line. Looks to turn the defender. Maddie Deline whips it into the area toward Polidal. Polidal just couldn't quite turn. Eventually cleared by the Skippers. Long ball there toward Gabby Ryan. Skips past Fulbright. Ryan trying to chase onto it. Fulbright does well to get it back to the keeper, Bayless Flynn. Now good touch out of the air there by Polidal. Polidal wins a throw-in for the Hornets. Ellen Norman's coming back in. And this time it is Maddie Deline coming out. She earns a well-deserved rest 65 minutes into this game. Number 5 onto the bench for the first time for Edina as Ellen Norman returns. But she's put in a good shift, scored 2 goals, won the penalty for the other. Suspect she probably will be back in the game here at some point, but if this is the last we see of her, another star performance by number 5 in green. Goal kick here for the Skippers. 14 minutes remaining in this one as Minnetonka has a lot to do here if they're to get back in this game. Edina's been in control here last 40 to 50 minutes, going back to the first half. I think it was key in this game for Edina to get that equalizer relatively quickly. They got it before 20 minutes were off the clock. The longer you go in that first half, the easier it becomes maybe for Tonka to kind of just commit to defending, but less than 20 minutes in, you can't really do that so much. Mackmiller fighting through some Skippers, and she brings it down out to Ellen Norman. Norman dips the shoulder. The cross is cleared out by the Skippers. This will be a throw-in down in the corner. Good work, though, by a couple of seniors there. Wesley Mackmiller and Ellen Norman. This becomes a goal kick for Minnetonka. Marceau back in the game for the Skippers. She has it on the right wing here, up against Audrey Keeley. Thumps it off. Audrey Keeley wins the throw-in for the Skippers. Chance to get a ball in the box now for Minnetonka. Some energy with their sideline, with the fans, with the players. Big chance here for Minnetonka. 12.5 minutes remaining. They got to get one Let's make it interesting. Left-footed ball in toward the back post. Really nice defensive header. And now Edina with a chance to break off the corner. This is Ellen Norman, has Taylor Howard with her. Norman glides past one, it's now 2-on-2. Ellen Norman all the way. Ellen Norman for Edina. Left-footed shot blocked. Now Norman takes a bump from Mells, and Mells puts it out for a throw. What a run by Ellen Norman. She's got to be gassed after that. Throw in by Mannard. This comes to Taylor Howard, thumped off of Peyton Mahadi. Stick with the Hornets here. And Maddie Deline, as expected, coming back in pretty quickly. So it's Taylor Howard who will go to the bench. Deline back in for the Hornets. Here's Abby Mannard. Now Wesley Mackmiller gets it out of her feet. Tries to turn the defender. Mackmiller, right foot across toward the back post. Toward Garvis. Now Izzy Engel. Engel tries the turn. Comes to Deline. Deline tries to get it past the defender. Tonka standing strong though. Now Dorothy Stotts. Stotts from a long way out. Oh, it's tipped over the bar. You just know Dorothy Stotts wants to have a go when she gets the ball in some space. Could see that one coming as she loaded up. And Madeline Schultz was forced to make a nice save on a good effort from Dorothy Stotts. Short corner taken, Deline. Tried to roll it back to Engel, throwing Edina. And the Hornets will make a sub. Ashley Turk is back in for Ashlyn Garvis, so just like late in the first half, Hornets now have that starting 11 back on the field altogether. They've used 3 or 4 different players as subs tonight, but been pretty consistent with the lineup out there. In fact, I think there's a couple players who haven't, well, there for sure is a couple players that haven't come off the pitch. The front 3 have all been rotated, but Izzy Engel's been out there the whole time. As says Maddie Fulbright, who just had a header there. There's Marceau. Marceau's effort toward goal isn't going to trouble Bayless Flynn.
You're on my spot, oh my God.
Flicked on with a header by Polido. Polido's been out there the whole game tonight as well, along with Izzy Engel in midfield. That's a nice touch by Maddie Deline. Has Mackmiller on the overlap. Deline from long range, not far wide. But Schultz was content to let it go wide of the post. Deline wants another hat trick against the Skippers. She had one the last time these two teams met here at Coolman Stadium. It was a 4-0 win for Edina on October the 6th last year. Maddie Deline had the hat trick. She now has 7 goals in her last 3 games against the Skippers. Of course, didn't play in the section final last year, as we mentioned. Here's Izzy Engel. Engel for the Hornets. It's 4. Izzy Engel races through on goal, beats the keeper Schultz. Edina has fully turned this one around. They lead it 4-1. The 2 stars for the Hornets, each with a brace here tonight. Deline with a pair of goals, Engel with a pair of goals. They now have 8 and 7 respectively this season. The Hornets have scored 26 goals in 6 games and have conceded just 3. They've turned around an early 1-0 deficit tonight to make it 4-1 Hornets with about 8 minutes remaining. For the second straight week here at Coolman Stadium, Hornets have turned around an early first half deficit into a big win. They did it against the Stillwater Ponies here last Wednesday night. There's Gabby Ryan trying to slide it through for Marceau. That's defended nicely by Abby Mannard. And Mannard will clear it comprehensively. Hornets readying a sub here for the final 7 minutes or so, now that this game is firmly in their grasp. It's a long ball toward the feet of Ellen Norman. Norman looking to make the turn, has Maddie Darlene running ahead of her. Played out to the left by the Skippers. Edina throw near the halfway line. As Lauren McDonald coming back in. She'll replace Dorothy Stotts. Good night for Dorothy Stotts. Had maybe some defensive struggles early, but really came back strong here in the second half. And a strong performance on that back line, along with Maddie Fulbright and Audrey Keeley, Abby Mannard as well. The starting quartet on the back line. Marceau tries to slip a ball through. That's to the feet of Mac Miller. Playing a 1-2 there with Grace Polidal. Nicely done. Here's Wesley Mac Miller in some space. Mac Miller from long range with the right boot, and it's caught by Schultz. Ambitious effort from Mac Miller, but it was well struck. And she had the space to do it as well. Not really closed down by the Skippers there. Foul on Minnetonka. Would send the free kick long. That one's flicked off the head. This comes to Maddie Darlene. And Darlene skews a right-footed shot wide. Still probing a little bit for that hat trick. Izzy Engels now developing a pretty good career record against Minnetonka as well. She has 3 goals in these last 4 games in the last 2 seasons for Engel. She scored on this date a year ago against Minnetonka in a 3-0 win at Minnetonka High School. Engel has 2 here tonight. Maybe she can finish off a hat trick. We'll see. Here's Maddie Darlene. Ball out to the left for Mac Miller. She'll get onto it. Now cutting onto her right foot, Wesley Mac Miller. Back to Maddie Darlene. Darlene one-on-one at the edge of the area. She turns in on her right foot. Trying to cut onto the left. Still Darlene. Turns the defender inside out, and left-footed shot goes wide. We've reached the final 4:15 here in the second half. With the win here, Edina will go to 4-0 in the Lake Conference. Minnetonka will fall to 2-2. Edina will take on Hopkins coming up on Saturday at 1 p.m. And then Wyzetta on Tuesday, rematch of the season opener that the Hornets won 3-0. Next home game for the Hornet girls is coming up here next Wednesday against Eden Prairie at 5 p.m. Believe it or not, there's actually just 3 home games remaining. Tonight is the 4th home game of the season. It was supposed to be the 5th, but non-conference game against Cretin-Durham Hall was canceled due to weather in late August. So just 3 more home games for the Hornets here in the regular season. Wesley Mac Miller toward the back post, toward Turk. And that's out for a corner kick for the Hornets. Edina hosts 3 more Lake Conference opponents here. Eden Prairie, September 22nd. St. Michael Albertville on October 2nd, and then Hopkins on October 10th. Of course, Edina expecting to host some games in the section playoffs as well. Long way to go, though. Darlene, and there's the hat trick. Comes to the edge of the area on the corner kick, and Maddie Darlene thumps the laces through it for her third of the night. For the second straight season, Maddie Darlene with a hat trick at home against Minnetonka. Edina 5, Minnetonka 1. What a performance tonight by the Edina Hornets. Maddie Darlene with 3. She has 9 on the season. 2 straight games with a hat trick. And again, the second straight home game against Minnetonka with a hat trick. She had a hat trick here last year in October in the Lake Conference win. So Maddie Darlene just loves playing Minnetonka. I'm sure she'll have October 5th circled on her calendar because that's when these two teams will play at Minnetonka High School. This one toward Marceau. Keeley defends well, back to Fulbright. Now Audrey Keeley. Forward for Minnetonka as we tick down the final 100 seconds or so here at Kuhlman Stadium. Great comeback by the Hornets. They score 4 times in the second half to take this 5-1 lead. Just a really dominant second half performance by Katie Offed and her team. They came out firing in the first couple minutes. It was somewhat of a miracle that they weren't able to score in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Minnetonka was able to hold for a while, but once the dam broke, so to speak, became a little bit of a rout. And it's 5-1 the score as we enter the final minute. Izzy Engel with 2 goals, including the game winner from the penalty spot. Maddie Darlene with the hat trick, again her second consecutive, and watch out every opponent from here on out. Maddie Darlene did this last season where she went on a bit of a hat trick streak, if you will, where she would just rattle them off a few at a time, and now back-to-back hat tricks for number 5. She's up to 9 goals on the season in the first 6 games. Kayla Flynn sends that one long. Izzy Engel over to Ashley Turk. There's Lauren McDonald. Cut out by the Minnetonka goal scorer. Feels like a long time ago that Celia Ashim gave Minnetonka the lead. So it's a little bit of revenge tonight, although I'm sure the Hornets will want to fully avenge it once we get to the playoffs. But Edina makes up for the playoff loss, section final loss last season to Minnetonka. Of course, no Maddie Darlene in that game. She's back tonight, and she has a hat trick. 4 second half goals for Edina to win this one 5-1 at Kuhlman Stadium. Thank you for joining us. The #1 Hornets surge on 6-0 this season. Next home game coming next Wednesday, the 22nd, against Eden Prairie. That's going to be a 5 p.m. start time for the Hornets, and we do hope you'll join us for that one. But for our crew here tonight, I've been Brandon Spratt. Thank you for joining us again for another doubleheader. Edina does the double, boys and girls both winning here tonight at Kuhlman Stadium. 5-1 the final. Edina wins. Have a great rest of your evening.